How is Trump fear-mongering any different than 1950's Lavender Scare? There's perhaps no more critical election in U.S. history than the one on November 5th, where democracy itself seems to be at stake. Vice President Kamala Harris has emphasized how former President Donald Trump threatens not just American democracy, but also the daily lives of its citizens, particularly marginalized communities. Trump's accusations against immigrants, such as his debunked claim that Haitian immigrants in Ohio are kidnapping and eating pets, and his fabricated claims of trans health care in schools, recall the dangers of rumor-mongering from the past. Critics suggest this rhetoric echoes the Lavender Scare of the 1950s, when during the Red Scare, homosexual men and women were branded as, quote, deviants and national security threats. Led by Republican Senator Joseph McCarthy, the era was marked by false accusations, public purges, and deep-rooted paranoia. Government officials, including closeted homosexuals like Roy Cohn, carried out these purges, which destroyed the careers and lives of countless LGBTQ Americans. A major weapon in this crusade was Executive Order 10450, signed by President Dwight D. Eisenhower in 1953. This order led to the mass expulsion of gay and lesbian employees from government positions, a policy that wasn't fully reversed until 1995. The ripple effects of the Lavender Scare were devastating, forcing people out of their jobs, leading some to suicide, and forever altering the lives of thousands. As Trump and his allies champion a platform reminiscent of McCarthy-era policies, including the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025, which threatens queer rights, history warns us of the potential dangers. What happened during the Lavender Scare shows how easily an entire community can be vilified and terrorized. With Election Day approaching, it's vital to remember this dark chapter of American history to avoid repeating it. Well, second time, go out and vote. And as I kind of alluding to the other story that we were talking about before, our history with LGBTQ plus people is not fantastic either. And this pendulum swings back and forth. And I have a whole theory on why this happens, but that's for another day. I'm hoping that the pendulum is swinging in the other direction, but I've been going through all the polls, and it is so hard to get a read.
Scary.
Each one is padding their constituency, and each one is saying that they're in the lead. No, we're in the lead. I have no idea.
I think the polls are there to make us crazy.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to the polls much until a little closer to.
Yeah. But that picture of Trump and his little lover, rotten Roy Cohn, is really enough to make you want to vote.
There he
and
is.
Also, like you said, that he was a gay man. Roy Cohn is a gay man, and he was turning against his own.
He was very gay, by the way, just overall.
Yeah.
Extremely flamboyantly gay.
Extremely
flamboyantly gay.
Right.
But also, the Lavender Scare was not even the last time we had this problem. It wasn't like Lavender Scare and then Lips of TikTok. No, this is after the Lavender Scare. And the Lavender Scare was basically triggered by the fact that homosexuality was illegal at the time, and therefore they think that gay people who work in government who would easily be blackmailed by foreign forces such as spies in order to provide them with national security information. That's the excuse, anyway. But in the 70s, we also have the gay scare when Anita Bryant, that bitch, started right here in South Florida, campaigning how gays will recruit children. I mean, the Lips of TikTok basically just took her playbook and ran with it on Twitter.
I mean, there's a few social media platforms that took that playbook. There's the groomers, there's there's plenty on
Gays Against Groomers and all those.
Moms for Linoleum,
Gays Against Groomers is pretty wild. I follow it just to see what and it's sometimes I have to mute it because it's tough to watch. It's really tough. It's all fake stuff.
I mean, it's like log cabin Republicans. I'm like,
the Putin endorsing Kamala thing was from that.
Another fake news propaganda. I mean, ultimately, and then the 80s, of course, the AIDS crisis, when Trini, you alluded to the fact that churches will actively celebrated LGBT death as that's the wrath of God for you.
Well, just 2 years ago, we had the Don't Say Gay bill. And so all of us who were teachers, which I was included in that, We didn't know, could you put up a picture of your partner? Does that mean that's endorsing gay now? And we had a whole 6 months or so before the legislators came out to say, all right, you can have a picture of your loved one there, that you're not going to be fired from your job. But for a good 6 months, there was
It was murky water.
It was murky water.
Yeah.
It's still going on today. Yeah.